What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to East to West Reviews. Thank you so much for joining me again today, this fine Wednesday, for another episode of Solo Leveling. This has been getting so hyped, so amazing these last couple weeks. Um, man, I I was waiting for Solo Leveling to get to like a nice hype like this, and honestly, now that we're here, it's so beautiful, man. I'm enjoying it week to week right now again. Um, and coming off that chapter last week, bro. Sung Jin Woo, is sort of in like this pseudo state of death, kind of. Um, he's inside. He's kind of like in the Matrix right now, honestly. What it seems like to me. But at the end, he gets confronted with the Shadow Monarch. So this is huge. He's finally going to meet Ashbourne. Um, yeah, man. Let's jump right into this. Got the chapter loaded up here. Let's go. Solo Leveling Chapter 162. Are you the king of the dead? Ashbourne. I kind of wonder, like, when they do the anime for this, what's he gonna sound like? Alright. Oh, he's speaking. If you wanted to, you could live in this world for eternity. It would be like never waking up from the most wonderful dream. Are you telling me to be trapped within this illusion you have created? No, I did not create this world. You are responsible for its creation. Interesting, okay. I created this world? Is this subconscious? It's a world created by combining your desire to correct your mistakes up until now, together with my power. In other words, this is my territory. This is the eternal rest. Oh, okay. I was about to say, I know Ashbourne isn't that old guy from the beginning of the series. Alright. Oh, he's just transforming. Death. I've been watching you far longer than you could possibly imagine. You, who had always been closer than anyone to death, yet so desperately resisting against it. Oh, is he talking about like the super weak D rank Sung Jin Woo? Or E rank, whatever. I am the record of your struggles, the evidence of your resistance, and the reward of your sufferings. I am death. I am eternal rest, as well as terror. I am you. Ooh, that's kind of weird. And within my territory, you are able to do anything you want. They are one and the same, I guess. You are able to turn my servants into yours and absorb my power from them. Although it's only possible within your own territory, the power to create, destroy, and change the world is an omnipotent power. It is. Oh, I like this double page spread here on the side. Are you saying that you and I possess the same power? I've been waiting for the day we finally meet for a very long time now. Give him all the power. I am the Shadow Monarch, the King of the Death, who rules over the power of death, and the administrator of the deepest part of the darkness. Why was I chosen? Great question. I shall show you. Oh, is he about to get a flashback? And our beginning and end, and also your beginning. Okay, so this is Sung Jin Woo frozen where he is right now. He's dead for sure. Beast Monarch. Hey, Hunter Sung's presence disappeared just now. What just happened? That's Thomas Andre, the German guy. That's impossible. So now there isn't anyone who can stop those magical beasts. Damn it! I shouldn't have listened to that person earlier. Maybe we could stop them if we bombard them right now. No, we must stop them. Now that even the national level hunters have failed to subdue them, there is no going back. Everyone, prepare to fire. We will fire at once with my signal. Our target is that magical beast who looks like a White Walker. Alright, either this is like something with a scan, or like they'd be watching Game of Thrones in this world. That's pretty funny. He does look like a White Walker, though. Oh, he caught him. Hit him with the glare. How? How is this possible? Oh, no, this is Sung Jin Woo. His aura is emitting out of his body in that crystallized state. Oh, is it the Black Heart? Don't tell me. No, we can't let this happen. Yo. They don't look so good. They turned at Sung Jin Woo. We must stop the true king from descending after the fake king has died. Oh, shit. Alright. Oh, they're gonna rush it. Ooh, Beast Monarch got a foot to the face. And who? Ice Monarch's about to get his. Oh, the Beast Monarch and Death Monarch. Oh, is that Papa Wu? Is that him? He's got a dagger. He's got two daggers. From here on, none shall touch this child. Daddy Wu, let's go, man. Aw, shit. He blitzed them. In another world, light and darkness existed in an age where everything else has yet to exist. The absolute being split the light and created the emissaries of God. And split darkness to create the 8 sovereigns. Okay, so I guess one divinity created the brilliant lights and the rest the monarchs. Pretty straightforward. The sovereigns who were born to destroy the world. And the emissaries who were born to maintain the world continuously killed each other's soldiers. Fatigued by the constant and unending war, the brightest fragment of the brilliant light asked the absolute being, "O our absolute ruler, O our absolute ruler, why does thee not aid thy most faithful subjects fighting in thy honor?" I don't think you really are. You can't really choose sides in this case. Why does thee ignore the screams of the countless soldiers dying for thy honor? Please lend us the strength to extinguish our opponents. We shall cut their heads and offer them as a tribute to thy glory. He probably doesn't want to. But the absolute being did not reply back to the fragment. Holy shit. Holy shit. Sorry. Is this absolute being the giant statue from the Double Dungeon? There's that panel of like the close-up in his face where he's just like straight-faced. That looks the same. Turn that into the creepy smile. That's him. That's him. That must have been a statue. And at that moment, the fragments of brilliant light realized that the absolute being, the fight battle between themselves and the sovereigns, is nothing more than a form of entertainment. And that the ruler does not wish for the war to end. worship the God. Everyone worshiped the absolute being, praised the God. Everyone let out outcries of war for the absolute being. Prove your piety. Everyone pledged their allegiance with their blood and lives to the absolute being. Were you really pious, though? Reminds me of the Jay-Z line. They have been abiding by the law until now. Those who disobey the law will not be able to return alive. But there were overwhelmingly more of those who fell victim to death than those who overcame it. Even if they abided by the law, only death awaits them. As long as the absolute being exists, the war will never end. And to end this meaningless war, they unsheathed their blades. It was the start of the rebellion. That is me of the distant past. I was the sole emissary of God who stood up against the rebellion of the other emissaries. Oh. So I guess the people of light were just like, we're tired of this, so we're going to take it on ourselves. So did he stand against them? I was the sole emissary of God who stood up against the rebellion of the other emissaries. Is that him as a brilliant light? Is he an emissary? But my pitiful number of soldiers powerlessly fell before the united armies of the emissaries. So he would. Okay. I like where this is going. Alright, I'm just going to keep going. And I thought it was the end. But when I reopened my eyes within the darkness. Come on. Ooh, I realized that the absolute being had hidden a certain power inside of me. Arise. Oh, his first. Did he himself become arisen? Is he himself a shadow soldier of his former self? Or maybe just I don't know, some sort of dark reincarnation? Interesting. But that's a dope panel. That's a dope double page spread. And I led my new army to the battlefront. However, he's dead. When I returned, everything was already over. That's the chapter. Damn, that was great. That was a really good chapter. Oh my god. Okay. Gotta gather my thoughts here for a second. Okay. So, multiple things here. Biggest thing being the reveal of the Shadow Monarch, of course. Before that, gotta touch on a few other things. Daddy Wu's back in the picture. Confirmed he was there on the rooftop watching. Man's been keeping an eye on his son the whole time. Thank God, because someone had to. Sung Jin Woo is now being protected, although they think his body is fully done, but I'm sure there's going to be a similar resurrection perhaps for Sung Jin Woo. Um, Maybe similar to what we just saw with the Shadow Monarch himself. He seemed to discard his light body and take on the shadow form that he is now. At least that's what it looked like. That's what it looked like. He seemed to arise like a normal soldier, but maybe that's just his new form. But yeah, Daddy Wu's back. He's taking on the two. I kind of want to see a little bit of that back and forth, that fight with them, just because we don't know what this man is like really capable of. We know he's formidable. We know he's held off a number of A rank and I think even S rank hunters in America as he tried to escape from them and lay low. So he has to be formidable. My only question is one, why was he in all this time? Why is he here now? And also, what's his purpose in all of this, right? Does he know this history himself? And maybe he knows what's going on with Sung Jin Woo? Or is he like a weird third party? I I'm really curious as to what his role is going forward besides just here to protect Sung Jin Woo. But regardless, we'll have to come back to that at a later date. But oh man, Ashbourne. This was cool. This was a lot more than what I really thought we could get from him. Honestly, we get a lot of lore here for everything going on. So I guess this all started with a supreme being who decided to split himself. I guess you could say his divide his powers. You have a light and a dark, yin and yang, in a forever constant battle. But I'm curious, was it really all just like pure entertainment? Was this God bored? Did he create powerful beings for its own amusement, or was there perhaps like more to it? Um, because if this is just going to be an eternal battle, what's the point? You know, like honestly. And then as well to have all of these soldiers treated. I feel like there has to be a little more to that. Um, but then again, who could dare interpret the intentions of God, right? But we have this omnipotent being who's able to create the brilliant lights and the shadow monarchs, or the sovereigns as they like to call them. I'm surprised we didn't get a chance to see them. Maybe in the next chapter. But we definitely got to see that the rulers, or the brilliant lights, are not as angelic as they appear to be. They have their own dark past. They have their own secrets. They're very nefarious, of course, being that they felt themselves so righteous, so justified, that they could go to their God and be like, "Hey, we are of the light. We are your most faithful servants by rooting out evil." But I find it difficult to sort of side with them in this case, because just thinking as an omnipotent being, if I create two sides, right? Why would I choose one? Like what would be the point to choose one if I create two sides? So off the bat, when that guy was trying to plead for him, I'm like, that's not going to work. He's not either. He didn't end up saying anything, but I probably would have just gotten like a stern no, honestly. So I thought it was interesting that because of this, they felt betrayed. They I guess they thought that their god, or the ruler, was not adequate enough. But like I guess this is kind of an age old story as well, where you have creations of the god, or the first creations of God, They ended up finding themselves to be much more. I don't even want to say pious anymore, but righteous. They feel justified in their actions. That regardless that they're right, even in the face of their own God, which is a very bold claim to the point where they even went and killed this person. And I'm curious what the repercussions were of that, because since we didn't see the monarchs in this case, I wonder if this sort of turned the balance, perhaps, since there isn't someone who could be some sort of median, some sort of middle conflicts between the two. Um, yeah, what is it? Yeah, like did this turn the tide of the battle? Is this where um, we sort of get to see a greater start to this monarch ruler world? Just curious, but this was this was a dope chapter. Um, God, cover this. I need to talk to somebody about this. This was awesome. There's a lot to discuss here in input breakdown. I am a little curious. I wish we would have gotten more about Ashbourne, more as you know, his former self, his brilliant light, because I'm really curious. And I guess even more so, we can't look to brilliant lights in this case to be our allies, maybe, because for multiple reasons. One, they don't seem stable themselves. If they're willing to go ahead and kill the god, what's to say that they're not going to go and destroy humanity because they find them to humanity not to be something worthwhile of living. Um, Even more so, Sung Jin Woo being Ashbourne, a monarch, but also a former brilliant light at this point, we realized. Uh, are they willing to let him live? Are they willing to let him exist? Because we see that they obviously had a conflict way in the past, and I'm sure it hadn't been forgotten. I'm sure it carried over when he became the Shadow Monarch. My one question is, at the end of Ashbourne's first flashback, when the administrator was trying to turn Sung Jin Woo, we had that war, and that was when Ashbourne was betrayed. So when the rulers come down in that scene, why, like, what happened there? Did they attack him, or did they go against the other forces? So I'm much more curious about the Brilliant Lights and their sort of like role in this as well, because they've they've seemed to take an interest in a number of hunters, Go Gun Hee, some of the other nation rank hunters, Thomas Andre. But why? Also, why don't they give them the power that they need? And again, who's to say that they won't turn these guys against Sung Jin Woo? But yeah, this is a lot to talk about. But with that, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much for stopping by, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I know you enjoyed this chapter. Don't forget to go ahead and drop a comment on everything going on. Let me know your theories on anything, because there was so much going on with this. So let me know what you think down in the comments below. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, or dislike if you really feel like it. But yeah, definitely let me know what you think down below. Also, if for all my Star Wars fans, go ahead and check out my last video I did on Star Wars Bad Batch Episode 15, Part 1 of the season finale. I did a discussion with my boy. It was a lot of fun. And keep an eye out for another one coming next Monday for the season finale we got on Friday. I will be back on, I think, Friday for One Piece. I have to double check if the chapter comes out. But if it is, I'll see you all Friday. And if not, I'll just catch you guys next week. Take care, everyone. Bye.